What's going on, y'all? Listen, let me tell you something. When I did that review last night, I ain't even gonna hold you, baby, baby. When I did Love After Lockup, I was so fucking overwhelmed, y'all. I was so goddamn in my feelings. Cause it was y'all just don't understand, and it's because I haven't moved in a long time. So, when you've been stationary, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that you're doing this shit by yourself. Now, see, the first time, the last time I had somebody to help me or whatever, people was all on the same page and all that shit. But I don't know what happened towards like the end of this whole situation. I'll probably talk about it later, but then again, I probably won't. Cause I really don't understand it. I'm still trying to come to terms with it. But it was just a little craziness. And so I was doing this shit on my own. Like I thought I was gonna have help. I didn't have help. And I was just in a crazy ass mood. I'll talk about that in another video. But as you can see, like I'm in the bedroom, one of the bedrooms, the one that I'm gonna make into the studio. So once I get settled, it'll probably look a little different. I gotta get the table, I gotta get all that stuff together, but I still wanted to give y'all this review. So let's get into it. The Shy season 5, episode 9. Anyway, so let's just go there. So, Emmett and Tiffany and Keisha, this throuple of a triangle that is going on relationship. At this point, I just want them to all be together. Like let's just take each other out each other's misery and let's all just be a couple. Okay, let's be a quadroon. You know what I'm saying? Now that means like, you fourth, the fourth, the fourth, okay, a black, but y'all know, let's be a quadruple. There you go. That's the word I should have used. That's the word I should have used. So at this point, it's just really frustrating with them. I'm kind of tired of that little storyline because Tiffany is like, I just want her to get out of it. Okay. I just want her to get out of it. You got Keisha and Emmett, Keisha and Emmett, they're going on a little run or whatever, and then Emmett takes it on himself to want to tell her that I got something to say to you. She was like, "What?" He was like, "It ain't bad." Now, see, don't start it off like that, cause then I'm gonna automatically think that something is fucked up or whatever. But it really wasn't. He just told her that, Tiffany tried to fuck me. Okay, it's just the way he said it. I mean, granted, that is what happened, but you couldn't just say, Tiffany came over and she tried to have sex with me. She tried to like test me or whatever to try to see if I was gonna take the bait, and it just didn't do it. No, Emmett said she tried to fuck me. I said, all right, and Keisha said, "What you do?" I didn't do it. I swerved her. I curved her. I said, "No, we ain't finna do this." She was like, "Okay, cool, 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 cool." I knew I could trust you. I said, "Now, Keisha, ma'am, I really feel like they giving us this lovey-dovey honeymoon type situation going on with puppy love, all that shit going on with Emmett and Keisha for right now. But then in season 6, bitch, some shit probably gonna pop off. Shit probably gonna be popping off because I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because we seen Emmett be so Emmett, for the past 3.5 seasons or so. You know what I'm saying? He only really started to try to get his life together probably at the end of season 3 towards the beginning of season 4. You know what I'm saying? So, I just feel like, okay, so he's on a course of getting his life together, but then I don't know. They might throw a little monkey wrench up in there and just fuck the shit up and he just revert back. That could happen. Do I want that to happen? No, because I would love to see if we're going to do a love story, since this is what it looks like this show is heading to. If we're going to do a love story, let it continue on the positive. Yes, this is young love. Yes, I fucked up in my past, but yes, I can be redeemed. And that's not just on Emmett's part, that's on Tiffany's part. I really need them to make it so that she can find herself. I honestly do not feel like she's going to stay with Rob in season 6, okay? I really don't. Keisha talking about she got to go talk to Tiffany and all this stuff. And at one point, I like the fact that they went to go to the art gallery, and you know, who was curated by Deja. I said, girl, I thought last week was gonna be the last time, or 2 weeks ago was gonna be the last time that we saw your ass. But she said, no, I'm a curator. I said, so you know what Deja was giving me? Deja was giving me this girl from Candyman, the new movie, okay? Because you know she was the art curator or whatever and all that. But that's in Chicago, okay? It just automatically popped up in my mind. But then moving on from that, you know, we got, you know, Deja was asking, did they want to buy some paintings and or anything? And they was like, no, we can't afford it right now. But, you know, we're just looking. Maybe one day in the future they would like to, because Keisha was all enthused in it. You know what I'm saying? She was just like in awe of everything. And it was this one particular painting that, you know, Deja was going to get the information about from the artist or whatever, and she was just hooked and fascinated on it. And even Emmett was just trying to look and see what it was. Now the way that they was talking about it, because she said, you know, at first he ain't like my stuff, but now he do, whatever, so that's cool. I'm looking like, how come Keisha so fascinated on this one particular painting? Girl, what's that? Oh, my face so greasy. Girl, I been up in here sweating my ass off, okay, working. But anyway, and I greasy face. But yeah, I was looking like, is that picture of some type of significance? Because I don't know, what did Mr. Christian do? Okay, like we literally just brought, I just didn't understand why bring Christian in. I mean, I understood why they brought Christian in, because of course you needed somebody to show her that, you know, not all men are bad, okay? After what she went through, I get that. And that doesn't necessarily mean that she was going to automatically hop into a relationship with him, you know, and you can't force that. And that happens that way, you know. Granted, I probably would have liked to see them go a little bit further and not her revert back to Emmett, but that's neither here nor there. Bitch, was I the only one that was thinking that what if that picture that was on that wall was painted by Christian and he was just going by a moniker? Okay, I said, oh, who is this, you know? And I'm looking at the way Emmett was looking at the picture after Keisha walked away, and he did say, you know, Smokey's doing good and all that stuff. It just felt like he's probably going to do something in order to get that painting for her, you know. And at one point they was talking together, and she was like, this the best relationship I ever had, and he said this the healthiest relationship I've ever had. I'm like, okay, this cute or whatever, you know. Meanwhile, Keisha playing stepmama to baby EJ, and I just need to understand. Granted, I get it because Tiffany and Emmett were in a relationship, so of course, you know, we're gonna see EJ a lot. But what about the other sons? I mean, we've seen them a couple of times in the episodes, you know, throughout the season, on a Christmas episode and probably one other episode. But damn, bitch, do we ever have his kids like he have EJ? Like, come on, let's show that. You know, I want the other baby mama to come back that was in the beginning of the series. I liked her, okay? I liked it. I liked her, you know. But she was funny to me. Anyway, you know, Keisha sitting there playing stepmommy with the boys, you know, doing the you know, cards and stuff, spelling cards. What's this word? Bat. What's this word? Hat. Okay, for a bonus, what's this word? Cat. She was like, you're good, you're so brilliant, you're so brilliant. Why don't you call mommy up and tell her how good I've been? I said, ooh. Keisha said, how about I call your daddy and tell your daddy to call your mama? Now, I said, Miss Keisha, girl, you got all huffing your puff in your chest and everything when Emmy told you about this whole situation that was going on with Tiffany or whatever. But you said you're going to have to talk to her. When you going to talk to her? You going to put it off? Now, you got a little irked at Emmett for, you know, not automatically telling you what was going on because he ain't want to hurt your feelings and he ain't know what time was it. You know, if the time was right or whatever, he was waiting for the right time. When is the right time? Go ahead and tell that bitch, so you tried to fuck my man? Because here's the thing. I'm hating that I'm still talking about Keisha and Emmett and Tiffany, but at the end of the day, I feel as though Tiffany is really hurt because Tiffany didn't think that, you know, Emmett would just give up on her like that. And it's not necessarily that she still wants Emmett. It's just that I feel like it's one of those situations where, you know, you change for her, You changed for her, and then somebody that we was messing around with when we was kids or whatever. That's what I feel like. I don't know. Honestly, I just feel like Tiffany needs to find herself, and she has yet. Emmett is figuring himself out, and it seems as though Emmett is on the right path of knowing what it is that he wants. You know what I'm saying? He has the business that's going, it's being successful. He has the relationship that he wants. He's content. I would say at this point, he's probably happy. Tiffany, on the other hand, is not. She does not know what it is that she wants at this moment, and I don't know if this was just how it always been, because when Tiffany and Emmett got together, Emmett was a cheater, okay? She was the one that was pushing for a monogamous relationship, but then she started going to try to somewhat satisfy him in a way to try to keep him on board by opening up their marriage, you know what I'm saying? And so once she did that and she realized that he really wasn't into it, she just continued on with it. And I feel like that probably was her in the first place, and she was just trying to mask who she really was, because she just took off with it. And we saw that in just about every relationship. Well, Rob or whatever, she just want to do this non-monogamous shit. And that's why I feel like this whole situation between her and Rob is not gonna last. She up in there, swish washing up in the bed, going back and forth. And then, Rob come in that management this morning. He trying to be all nice and stuff and sweet. He come up in there and he brings some breakfast in bed. And she sits up and she said, I tried to fuck Emmett. He said, well, good God damn, good morning to you too, bitch. Let me tell you something. Rob handled this situation hell of a lot better than I would have, because I just know how I am when I get hurt. And sometimes that hurt comes on instantaneously, and sometimes you just have to sit in it and think about it, and then it'll creep the fuck up. But he was just like, so what happened? I tried to fuck that nigga, but I didn't. Why? Because he wouldn't fuck you, or you stopped it. He wouldn't fuck me. And see, you want to know what it is? I was surprised that Tiffany went on ahead and told him the truth, because she could have lied and said that, Emmett tried to fuck her and I told him no or whatever. But no, she told him the truth. And his whole thing is, why are you trying to do this? Like, what's the point? You claim that you ain't had nobody on your side. You don't have nobody being there for you. But yet, I'm here trying to be here for you. I am here trying to give you all the things. I'm here trying to give you all the love. And you're just not being receptive to it. He's putting forth the effort, and I don't know if she's used to feeling that. And that's probably what's blocking her as well. And like I said, she just got to figure some shit out, and she was like, he said, you better not try to fuck that nigga no more. But basically, Rob is like, if you got something going on, just fucking tell me, okay? And it got to a point where Tiffany was like, I'm surprised you could handling this so calm. And he was like, listen, I grew up in a house where all they did was fight, and, they hollered and all that stuff and yelled. I'm not that type of person. He's literally the anti of his family or whatever, the complete opposite. And she said, her mama used to yell and all that stuff too. And he was like, that's probably because she was getting yelled at as well. So they have certain things in common a little bit, or things that they can build off. You know what I'm saying? Only if Tiffany will open up and let him. You know what I'm saying? Girl, she was sitting at that table trying to, portion out that little marijuana, and then here comes motherfucking Dante. I said, Tia, come get your husband. Question. Y'all been looking at my Twitter. Go back a couple of days ago. Somebody posted a clip of Tia and Tamara from their reality show, right? First of fucking all, I need to find out where's that streaming at, because that was my show back in the day. I don't care what nobody say. They should have got a few more seasons, okay? That shit was good. Tia used to get up in Tamara's ass. Tamara used to be over Tia. And somebody posted a clip of her saying that Tamara sounds like a Valley girl. And then all I said was, why Tia laughed when Tamara said, because I'm black. She ain't have to laugh like that. Baby, why did that go viral? Like, it got so many likes and shit. I was just really confused. And it just reminded me of that. I said, now, Mr. Corey Hardrick, I forgot he's Chicago down, okay? He's Chicago down. I got to see if you with West Side or South Side. Y'all, I'm still on the south side, just to let y'all know too. I'm still on the south side. I was thinking about going up west, up in the uppity part of west, but I was like, nah, girl, I gotta stick to what I know. Go to the south side, whatever. But anyway, I ventured out, but I still on the south side. But south side, girl, the west side, I just don't venture that far. If it ain't where I work at, girl, I don't need to go there. Anyway, um, so, he on the phone calling her, he was talking about like he want to get some service, some weed or whatever, but he was trying to see what was up with her so he can get some ass. Okay. And he gonna say, damn, that background look different. She was like, cause I'm staying with somebody, with a bitch or a nigga, my nigga. Okay. That's gonna be my nigga. Next thing you know, not Corey, but Rob come past and he all up on her. And he was like, damn, nigga, how tall are you? 6'8"? He said 6'9". And then he walked away. And at that point, Dante knew it was over. Okay, Dante said, fuck, I can't go against this nigga. This nigga gonna beat my ass. I'll see you later, okay? I said, yeah, gone somewhere trying to fuck up a relationship. Well, I wouldn't care. I feel like Rob deserved better, but the heart wants what the hearts want. Meanwhile, moving on from that, this whole situation with Trig and or I should say Victor and Fatima. Fatima's getting on my nerves. Fatima is getting on my nerves, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. I understand because I am a part of the LGBT community and I know the plight. I've read stories, I have trans friends, and I know the things that they go through. And I know a lot, there are some who do get into relationships and that are, secrets, okay? Because people aren't out or people are afraid to live their truth because of what society will say or what their homeboys will say or whatever. All of that stuff. Understandable. But when it comes to Fatima and Victor's situation, she keeps on saying every time we see them after they get through doing it, I don't want to be a secret. I don't want to be a secret. I don't want to be a fetish. First of all, you're not a fetish to him. Okay? He was literally in a whole ass relationship with Imani, which he was out in the open with, okay? Which I don't understand. How come people don't realize that, yeah, he was with a trans woman, okay? And he was out in the open with it. So now people got an issue with it. So that therefore he has to hide because he's, running for councilman or whatever. And when it comes to that, I feel like he doing it because, he got to get the older generation. They not too up to that. They black, black, older, set in their ways. They not trying to hear that shit, okay? But at the same time, it's like I understand it's difficult sometimes to be a trans person in general. I can never step my foot in their shoes and understand exactly what they're going through, but I see it. I see the disrespect. I see the discrimination. You know what I'm saying? I see the deaths, the killings, the murders. I see all of that. But at the same time, put that to the side, Miss Fatima, I get all of that. And because I'm saying that because I want to say that I respect them. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody. But mama, you getting on my goddamn nerves, okay? Now, I don't know at this point, is you gonna do something fucking shady or you gonna try to fuck Victor up on his little campaign all because he won't come out in the open with you. You knew this whole thing talk about something. I don't want to be a fetish. I don't want to be a secret. If you leave out of here, don't come back and all this stuff. Okay, girl. And this is what's pissing me off because, bitch, you knew exactly what it was when you got with him. You knew what role he was playing. You knew, and he had already told you what it was, and now you're trying to switch it up. And you trying to get him to go public, and you trying to get him to do this and to get him to do that. It's not going to work like that. Okay? If you did not want to be a secret, why did you enter into a secret relationship? Thinking that you will change this man. You know what he's trying to do. And I truly don't want to think this, but she's giving me the feel that she might do some fucked up shit. She just giving me some feel like that. I don't know. Okay? Meanwhile, Trig or I should say Victor, he just conflicted. You got Rashad telling him, either you run your campaign on a lie and win, or you lose your campaign on your truth. Because he was like, I want to be myself. And at the end of the day, Victor wanted to run being himself. But it was Duda in them that told him not to, that put Tierra in place. And bitch, I like Tierra now, okay? I like Tierra now. See, Tierra, you got on my nerves, and when I first saw you, it was because your voice. And I feel like she kind of toned it down, or maybe I just tuned it out a little bit and toned it down a little bit in my mind when it comes into my ear. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, this shit made me laugh. Rashad come over there to the campaign management, where she was at the office and all that stuff, headquarters. And she was like, so, about that thing that happened, it was magical. But I just want to let you know that it can never happen again. She was like, okay. He was like, I mean, you don't feel nothing? No. I mean, it is what it is. It was just one night thing. I just didn't plan for anything going on. Wait a minute. So you got feelings for Victor? No. Oh, so you just really cold-hearted. Like, she was shutting him down with a straight face. Like, bruh, I just want some dick. That's all that it was. I thought you was cute. It is what it is. And he was like, so what? You fucking Rosalind? She said yes. Okay, so, I mean, I got to do what I got to do. I like nice things, so I get the opportunity when I need to get the opportunity. I said, bitch, at least you living in your truth. She said, listen, I'm going to fuck these bitches and I'm going to do whatever the fuck it is I got to do to live the high life that I'm living right now. I said, I mean, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because, I'm pure. Fuck that. How much you paying? Now let me stop. Girl, I said, all right, Tiara, it was funny. Meanwhile, we get over here to Kevin. Girl, Nina then came up into his room, and I guess she was looking for either dirty clothes to get to go wash, or, she was putting up some clean clothes in his room. And she just notices that he got this gold-plated, I think it was a PS5 controller, okay? He got a whole bunch of expensive brand new shoes, and he got some expensive clothes. Like, them clothes, I couldn't really see the price tag because I'm looking at it on my phone. But it probably was like $500 or some shit. Bitch, what? And she just looking like, what the fuck? And then something told her to open up the drawer. She opened up his drawer and finds like a couple of maybe 3 wads of big ass money. Okay, I said, oh my God. Of course she has to go tell Dre, I think he's selling drugs. I think he's selling them drugs. I said, girl, Dre was like, just calm down and let's just talk to him. So when they get him together, Nina put the money on the table, and I'm like, look at your son's face, okay? It just goes to show, I would say you have to trust your children, but even the ones that looks like that they will not give you any trouble and would be on the up and up can be doing some stuff behind your back and you would never know. So I get the fact that you felt like, that she felt like he probably was doing selling drugs or whatever, because 1, it's Chicago, 2, he's young, 3, he wanted his independence, and he keep on saying that. That has been the running thing with Kevin, and I don't think we realize that. It's been building up that he don't want to be there with them. You know what I'm saying? Because he feel like he ain't got no privacy. All right, motorcycle. He ain't got no trust or whatever, and it's just too much. So what we're gonna see on the season finale, it seems like he's gonna try to get emancipation, the emancipation of Kevin. Okay, I want to know what his theme song gonna be. Anyway, so they automatically, or I should say Nina automatically accused him of doing the drugs and all that shit or whatever. And we already know that that's not true. And he trying to tell her, I got this money from gaming. Gaming? Ain't nobody finna be paying you no money to be doing no gaming and stuff like that. What are you talking about? Is there proof? No, it ain't proof. Okay, what you talking about? Can I go to a place to see? No, I can't bring my moms with me. Now, see, Kevin, on this point, I get trying to be defiant, trying to stand in your own shit and be like, bitch, just fucking trust me. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I feel like the conversation could have been over with if he would have just said, yeah, come to the next thing with me. But then again, this is a cool spot. He's a kid or whatever. He don't want to be there with his mom, so I get it. But at the same time, just to get them off your back, just show them. Or at least FaceTime them when you get there. You know what I'm saying? And so at this point, Nina is not believing anything that he's saying. He's pissed off. They going back and forth, hollering at each other. Don't be raising your voice at me, but you're raising your voice at me. I said, bitch, what? Now, Nina, as pissed off as you be sounding sometimes, I be thinking that you gonna reach over and pop that little motherfucker. And she never does, okay? I mean, that's good restraint. Because ain't no way in hell I'm finna be hollering at my mama like that, okay? I'm grown as shit and I still ain't finna do no stuff like that. Girl, I just stay silent, okay? You know, so ain't nobody got time for that. And, you know, it was like, I'm just tired of this. I said, oh. And then took the money and then gave them a wad of money or something. I said, wait a minute. And then took the rest of the money to his little girlfriend's house for her to hide. I said, do you really think that's smart? Now, granted, I like Miss Simone, but you know, anything can happen, like I said. Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? That's cute or whatever. And it just baffled me that in this day and age, Nina and Dre ain't that old. Okay? At least Dre. Y'all ain't never heard of gaming or whatever? Y'all ain't never heard nothing. I'm like, Dre, ain't you a psychologist or something, a therapist or whatever? You ain't got no kids that you be giving therapy to? You was a counselor at one point for the schools or something, and you mean to tell me you ain't know nothing about this? It was really confusing, and at the same time, I was like, why don't y'all just go Google gaming? Because that's a real thing. Dumb motherfuckers be making millions of dollars on gaming. And sometimes I be sitting here like, damn, should I do some shit like that? Let me get into that. And then I don't have the patience. It's just not in me, okay? Girl, I brought my PS4, played Grand Theft Auto for a little bit and never touched that shit again, okay? I used that shit for a DVD player. That's what I did. And then it started acting wonky, so I don't know. But moving on from there, I said, oh, look, Kevin. And then we get to Papa and Jake. Girl, you know, Jake, Papa had came over there to Jake's place and, you know, I guess was trying to get him to talk to Bakari. Let Bakari talk to you. Let him apologize and all this stuff. And he was like, hell no. Why the fuck you fucking around with that nigga? And it was like, because we are all God's children. It was like, after what he did. And then Papa had the nerve to say, you can't blame him for what happened to Gemma. I said, yes, the hell you can, because he triggered the whole chain reaction that caused her to get trampled on that goddamn floor and for her baby to be lost. Him pulling that gun out or him getting into it with that security and leading him to, because I'm pretty sure he was losing, and that's why he pulled that gun out and he shot those shots, causing a pandemonium, you know, and a stampede, and your girl got fucked up. And you up here trying to make it seem like it wasn't his fault. It was very much his fault, okay? And then it was like, you know, you fucking with a nigga that I don't fuck with you. You're not supposed to do that. It was like, you being like a little bitch. You telling me I'm being a bitch, but yet you up here telling me that I can't fuck with a nigga just because you don't fuck with a nigga? Who really is the bitch? Now, when Papa said that shit, I was 100% on his side. Because what you won't tell me is who the fuck it is that I supposed to be friends with. Just because you had a falling out with a motherfucker don't mean that I supposed to have a falling out with that person too. Depending on what happened, okay? Now, when it comes to something like this situation where a baby got lost, I think I probably would have took my distance, you know, and I would have been more so on Jake's side, you know what I'm saying? Like, Bakari is a bad seed, but then at the same time, I feel like they're going to probably try to give a little redemption arc to Bakari, and then it's going to be too late and something's going to happen to him because he's done too much bad shit. That's the tease that it's giving me. It was just gloomy like that. I don't know. I was just getting that. But at the same time, like Papa said, nigga, you ain't been there for me. Kevin ain't been there for me. I ain't know shit about you having a baby or whatever. You didn't tell me. He was like, it's because we was going through it and we didn't know what we was going to do. But you had told Kevin, right? And that was true. He told Kevin, you know, and so at this point, Papa was over it. You know, all that God... I don't want to say all that God talk, but all that, we are all God's children, and you know we gotta love one. Sir, no, not in this situation. That's true and all, but not in this situation because a baby was lost, and he was like, y'all ain't never been there for me, but you want to know who had been there for me? Bakari, and that's why I kick it with him. I said, Papa told your ass, to the point where Bakari did come over there at one point. Gemma let him in, and he said, I'm sorry. He was very sympathetic and, sincere, I feel, and it looked like he was about to cry. And, Gemma forgave him, gave him a little hug, and went about her day. Okay? Bakari went over there to go kick it with Lene. Bakari, you could have got the bigger bottle of lemonade, or you could have got two. You only had enough to get some ranch sunflower seeds in that little bottle of lemonade, and y'all was supposed to goddamn share that shit. And then I was with Lene. You want me to drink after that, after you drank in it? Sir, what? But she still did. They get to talking about dreams and stuff, and we realized that his dream was being a writer. She was telling him to just write all his stuff down or whatever. He eventually goes to tell Shy that that's what he want to do. He want to be an author. He want to be a writer. Shy said he want to open up a vintage store, because he was telling them about CDs and shit. Mind you, yesterday, was it yesterday or it was the day before yesterday when I was still packing? I found my CD case, okay? Baby, you just had to be there. Before there was streaming, there was fucking CDs, okay? Before that, there was cassette tapes. And before that, I guess it was A-tracks or whatever. And before that, it was vinyl records or whatever the fuck. Bitch, it's a process. But I found the goddamn CD booklet. The fucking booklet, bitch. I was just flipping through it. I said, yeah, bitch. My motherfucking library was lit, okay? I'm so glad I found it, so now I can go find all this stuff and download it on streaming. I said, yes, I got my music back, because, baby, music used to be good back in the day. But anyway, so that was cute or whatever, but like I said, I just feel like they might do something to Bakari. It's like he's trying to get his life back on track, or he's trying to get his life on track. He's only 16 years old. He's being a little bit more positive. He got a girl in his future that he's looking at, Lene. He's find out what his dream is. He want to, be this writer. And I just feel like something just might happen. It probably won't, but it just might. But hey, it is what it is. Meanwhile, Emmett was at Smokey's, and y'all know D-Ray was playing the little dude that was on the internet that he was looking at, that was telling him to be celibate and talking to the men and all that stuff like a little guru. It was giving a watered down but tolerable Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was giving, right? From what I was seeing, he wasn't being so disrespectful. He was just catering to the men, telling them, be celibate and, take care of your body, all that shit or whatever. He comes up into Smokey's, and of course, Emmett is fanboying out, okay? You can get some free stuff, okay? You look different outside your clothes. He was like, I got outside your dashiki. He was like, I wear different things when I'm not recording or whatever. Next thing you know, here comes his girlfriend. Mind you, he's supposed to be celibate. She's spilling all the tea. He said, listen, bitch, you supposed to be up in the car. She was like, yeah, but I need you, whatever, I can't wait to get home and all that stuff. And then he started, getting upset at her because basically she spilled the tea that she with him and he fucking her and all that. And then, because he coming at her, she get pissed off and said, hurry the fuck up, because your mama need the car back. I said, what? So basically, Emmett is pissed off because he realized that the guy that he was looking up to for advice on YouTube was a fraud, okay? Not only is this man not really following what it is that he's preaching, he's driving his mama car and he's most likely staying at his mama's house, which honestly ain't nothing wrong with that, but you can't be putting out this false ass image, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, listen, you got to play the game. You get on the internet for some friends and stuff or whatever, and all of a sudden people click to some stupid shit that you say, and you just run with it because it make you money. And that's exactly what he did. But, Emmett said, that shit still worked for me, though. Help me find my life partner and all that stuff, and they bonded over that shit. So that was that. Meanwhile, this whole situation with Duda and Tracy, they was up in the office, and Tracy was going over the books for Rock, right? And well, first of all, Jada and Darnell, they talking about the wedding. She said she don't want no big wedding. She's already had that. He wanted a big wedding. He wanted like 200 people, get all his cousins from Maywood, And then she was like, no, bitch, I already did that. We're going to have a little small wedding, like in somebody's backyard and all that stuff. And he was like, fine, but this earpiece going to be walking down the aisle, too. That shit took me out. Because I think the only time that we saw him without that earpiece was when he was in the bed after they had sex and when they was at the store when he was shopping for Valentine's stuff that he didn't know was for Valentine, you know. But that was funny to me. But he wound up giving the money that he was going to do for the wedding to Rock, right? Speaking of Rock, Tracy finds out that some money is being missing from Rock, and she trying to figure out who taking the money. Girl, come to fuck to find out it's Q. What's his name? Dude, I had to go down there to talk to Nuck because Nuck works with Q and everything, and Nuck spilled all the tea. That motherfucker down at this casino, he out there, he got a fucking bad problem. And what I feel like you need to do, you need to take that nigga out. Okay, you need to be in charge, you know. And so that's basically exactly what the fuck he did. At the end of the episode, he comes in and pop pop. Q opened up that door, pop, pop. I said, God damn. Now, see, this is what I was looking for. Okay, I was looking for a little bit of action, you know? But, Q gonna lay down there and say, I always knew you wasn't shit. I said, what? Nigga, you ain't either. And then did y'all hear when Tracy gonna tell him? Cause, dude, I had told Tracy what was up and what, Nuck said that he should do or whatever. And she was like, take him out. But he's the father of my son. And dude, I said, but your son is dead. So, and of course, Tracy got up in her feelings. No, he said, your son's not here anymore. And so, of course, Tracy got up in her feelings and told him to leave. Now, I said, you know what? He didn't say it harshly, but he said the truth. I wouldn't want no connection to a man that got me pregnant when I was a teenager. A grown ass man that basically statutory raped the fuck out of me and got me pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but it is what it is. So what else happened on the episode? I think that's it. Oh yeah, Papa and Jake, they did Papa's pulpit. I don't know, like that sounded like two grown ass men having a conversation that come together. It just sounds so grown, especially with Papa. The thing about Papa is he just try to be so self-righteous. I understand living in, the footpath of the Lord or whatever, and forgiving thy neighbor and, loving God's children because we're all God's children or whatever, and just being about love. But I don't know, something about that would bother me. It would irritate me. It would irritate me, baby. I can't wait to get this done. Now, I'm waiting to hear back for him to tell me what time he got available for Monday, if he got one available for Monday. Because he said, I'll text you the time. But, look at all this new fucking growth, bitch. And then I sweated it out so bad. But other than that, if I missed something, which I hope I didn't, but if I did, y'all put it down in the comment. And y'all tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Y'all tell me how y'all feeling. I'll see y'all later. Peace.